Et bonsoir par ici. J'espère que vous allez bien. En ce mardi soir, on va continuer Blackwell Convergence. Donc on a commencé hier. Je vais couper la musique, lancer le jeu, et puis on va faire un petit résumé de ce qui s'est passé hier. Je pense qu'on va le finir ce soir. Hop, je vais passer en full. J'espère que le jeu va être bien capturé, qu'on va pas encore avoir de mauvaises surprises. Yay, ça marche. Ok, donc qu'est-ce qui s'est passé hier en fait? Donc on joue Rosangela Blackwell, donc l'héroïne du premier jeu, avec Joey, son fantôme, on va dire l'esprit qui l'accompagne. On a rencontré... si je me souviens déjà plus. On a rencontré... Voilà, ok, ça y est, ça me revient. Donc on a rencontré Nishanti à une galerie d'art, elle nous a invités à une galerie d'art, à laquelle on a vu un tableau qui ressemblait à la comtesse, donc le personnage, l'ennemi du deuxième jeu. La comtesse a assassiné, grosso modo, le peintre du tableau. Ça a été considéré comme un suicide, mais nous on sait ce qui s'est passé puisque nous étions présents. On comprend pas vraiment comment la comtesse peut interagir avec le monde physique puisqu'elle semble être un fantôme. Et on a redécouvert l'esprit de la comtesse, donc qu'elle disait avoir perdu dans le deuxième jeu, qui s'appelle donc Madeleine. Cet esprit a pris contact avec nous. Il y avait aussi, la comtesse avait trouvé du coup un autre, comme dans le deuxième jeu où elle avait pris Mitchell comme esprit de substitution. Là, elle a trouvé en fait une société de financement qui, lorsque quelqu'un dans cette société envoie un mail avec le nom d'une personne, en fait la comtesse l'assassine, grosso modo. Donc on s'est battu avec la comtesse, et là, finalement, il y a eu quoi ? Il y a eu une sorte de gros flash. Et on se retrouve un peu dans l'environnement où on se retrouve à chaque fois qu'on fait partir un fantôme. Si ce n'est que là, ça nous a amené près d'une sorte de restaurant italien. C'est un peu bizarre. Grosso modo, c'est ça. Pas certain que ce soit le meilleur résumé du monde, mais voilà, le fameux restaurant italien qui flotte dans l'espace. Donc ça, c'est Madeleine.
Madeline, could I talk to you?
Of course.
Ok. Où est-ce qu'on est?
Where are we?
You have been to this plane before. You have brought many lost spirits through here.
Well, yes, but there was never a diner before.
I can understand your confusion, but it is not a real diner. It is metaphorical. As you know, there is a bond between the Countess and her current host, and the bond is represented by this diner. You will find out more inside.
Je fais un petit test de son sur le retour. Ouais, ça a l'air bon. Très bien. Alors, oui. Pourquoi un diner?
Why is it represented by a diner?
The Countess used to spend lots of time in diners like these. You will find out more inside.
This bond, how do I break it?
Part of the Countess is trapped inside. You must find it and remove it.
This bond,
Part of the Countess...
Ok.
how did the Countess break the bond between you?
She did not break the bond, but moved it. To be rid of me, she had to form a bond with someone living. Someone who could, in essence, become her guide. How she acquired this knowledge, I do not know. I only know that it was accomplished.
Who did she pass it to?
Joe Gould. It was an easy task, since his mind was already broken. Upon Gould's death, it was passed on to Joseph Mitchell.
And now Charlie Meltzer.
Yes, it must be broken if this is to end.
How did the Countess get so...
Insane?
Yes.
Like you, her mind is a door to another plane of existence. By corrupting our bond, she opened that door so wide that it flooded her mind with unfathomable knowledge. She essentially has the universe inside her head, and no human mind can contain that. It broke her. She sees everything but understands nothing. If she didn't banish me to this place between worlds, I might feel more pity.
Did you know her when she was alive?
Of course. We spent almost 30 years together.
What was she like?
Different, happier. She loved helping those in need, but it no longer matters. She is the one who needs help now.
Thanks, Madeline. I'm going to see what I can do.
I will be waiting right here.
Ok.
For the upteenth time, I have no money for your fund.
Show some pity. At least lend us a cigarette.
Ahem. I believe we got company.
Ah. Miss, could you perhaps spare a few dollars for the Joe Gould Fund?
Pourquoi il y a Jean-Paul Sartre? Ah non, c'est Joseph Mitchell, d'accord.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Joseph Ferdinand Gould. I am graduate of Harvard magna cum difficultate and chairman of the board of Wheel and Woe Incorporated. In exchange for a drink, I'll recite a poem, deliver a lecture, argue a point, or take off my shoes and imitate a seagull. I prefer gin, but beer will do.
I've been hearing a lot about you lately.
My reputation precedes me.
I saw your portrait in the Minetta.
The Minetta. Yes, I'm quite famous there, you know.
I gathered.
It's all thanks to Mitchell, of course. The Joe Gould Fund filled its coffers nicely when he wrote his article.
What are you doing here?
I don't quite know myself. We've all got to be someplace. As I understand it, I was mentally linked to my old friend, the Countess. I wish I'd known. It explains everything that my work was trying to prove.
Your work.
I have had many callings. I studied the seagulls of the world and learned their language. I spent months measuring the heads of 1,000 Chippewa Indians. But before I died, I was putting to paper the most important literary work known to man, the oral history of our time. It was a compilation of the conversations of the city, overheard in bars, subways, street corners, and diners. Put together and studied properly, it would have revolutionized everything.
Mhm.
How would it have revolutionized everything?
We were all connected, every single one of us. But how? Think of the ramifications if we found out.
It sounds like quite an undertaking.
It was my life's work.
How did you know the Countess?
We met in a diner like this one. We'd often spend a week or two walking along the docks to discuss seagulls. She had many interesting theories on seagull linguistics. Then, one day, she disappeared. But a link had already formed between us. It's everything my oral history was trying to prove, that we were all linked.
The Countess is killing people.
Murder? No. No, I refuse to believe that. She couldn't hurt a fly.
Why is she called the Countess?
That's what she chooses to call herself. Far be it for me to tell her otherwise.
The name doesn't seem strange to you?
When you lived a life like mine, you take people at face value. Who cares about names? I once knew another fellow without a name. Called himself the Deacon.
Oh, référence au
The
premier jeu.
Deacon. You knew the Deacon.
Oh yes, he was this gloomy career drunk. One summer night while sitting in a doorway of the Bowery, he caught the scent of sulfur. He looked up and saw the devil himself standing over him. Since that night he believed he lost his soul. Not the most charitable drinking companion, if I may say so.
No, he wouldn't be.
You knew him?
Sort of.
Fancy that.
What's your connection to Joseph Mitchell?
Ah, Mitchell, my benefactor. He made me quite famous, you know. But my goodwill only extends so far.
Why's that?
A cigarette, he has them. He won't give me one. It's demeaning to have to beg for one measly cigarette.
Ok, il veut une cigarette.
Yes, I want a cigarette. It's a disgrace that I should have to beg for one.
I'd like to read the oral history.
And I'd like you to, but I'm afraid it belongs to the ages now.
There was also the problem of it never existing in the first place.
Of course it existed, only not on paper. It was over 3 million words, 3 times the size of the Holy Bible. The work transcended mere parchment and ink.
What about those essays you published in the Dial?
A passing fancy, nothing more.
You wrote essays?
For the now defunct Dial magazine. I still have the originals. Do you want to see?
I'd like to see that essay.
Here you go.
It appears to be an essay about insanity, but the handwriting is so awful I can barely make it out. Just as well. I don't have time to read all this stuff.
Oui, effectivement. Insanity is a topic of particular interest to me, despite my bla 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 bla. Bon, bref.
Here you go.
Always glad to share.
Ok.
Hello. You're Joseph Mitchell, aren't you?
I believe you have the better of me, Miss
Blackwell. Rosangela Blackwell.
Blackwell, huh? I might have known.
You met my auntie.
Your auntie, yes. I do see a slight resemblance. I did warn her to leave well enough alone, but she was determined. Let's hope that you can do some good here.
What are you doing here?
We are echoes, leftovers, if you will. We were linked to the Countess when we were alive. When we died, part of ourselves got trapped here.
So you're not a ghost?
Not fully. I'm not sure what I am. I remember living, I remember dying, but I don't feel like Joseph Mitchell. All I know is that when I thought of death, an eternity with Joe Gould was the last thing on my mind.
What is your connection to the Countess?
I don't know. I never met the woman. Joe Gould was the one who knew her. He had a special bond with her, apparently. But somehow, he passed it on to me when he died. Next thing I knew, I was murdering people by writing about them. There was no choice. I had to stop writing.
I studied some of your work in journalism school.
Now that's just foolish. I was a relic, even before I died. The city I wrote about has long since evolved and changed into something completely different. But that's New York City, isn't it? Wouldn't be New York if it stayed the same year to year.
Did you know Charles Meltzer?
Yes, I did. He worked at the New Yorker back in the late 70s. He would come into my office and ask about the old days, and I was happy to tell him. I knew he would never cut it as a reporter, but he had a very keen, analytical mind. I almost forgot all about him, but it appeared a link formed between us, nonetheless. When I died, my connection to the Countess passed on to him.
Charles Meltzer is using the Countess to kill people.
By accident?
No, on purpose. He sent her after me.
Now, that's a shame. I'm aware that through my actions I killed a few people, but I could forgive myself for it, since I was unaware of what I was doing. But many times I thought to myself, I have a weapon, it's untraceable, nobody knows about it. I could use it, but I did not. I was tempted, but I did not. Not once. You have to stop Charles. Break this link, destroy this place. No more innocents should have to die.
How do I break this link?
I wish I knew. I'm afraid all this is a bit beyond me.
Why did you write about Joe Gould?
He's a fascinating man. Intolerable company, but fascinating. He exemplified everything about New York at the time. Its artistic expression, its frustration, its joy and heartbreak. His oral history, or the idea of it, energized the work of dozens of writers and intellectuals. But the more I got to know him, the less I wanted to be around him.
Did you ever read Joe Gould's oral history?
That, it never existed. Or if it did, Mr. Gould never shared it with anyone, which amounts to the same thing.
You know why I never wrote it down. People would have died.
You didn't stop telling people you were writing it, did you?
What could I say? The truth? They would have chucked me in a loony bin.
Why don't you give him a cigarette?
When you give that man a cigarette or a drink, he likes to talk. And the only subject Joe Gould likes to talk about, at length, is Joe Gould. And the only person for him to talk to is me. So, I do not give him a cigarette.
Would you give him a cigarette if I spoke to him for you?
I might. If you can get him away from me, I might. But we can't leave this diner, and the door to that kitchen is locked.
Can't you just float through the wall?
Believe me, I've tried that. It doesn't work. Not here.
I'm sorry you had to stop writing.
So am I. But what else could I do? Let innocent people die? No, I don't regret the choice I made. Not for one moment.
How do I break this link?
I wish I knew. I'm afraid all this is a bit beyond me.
Thanks for talking, Miss.
Thank you, Miss
Ok.
Blackwell.
Donc je vais faire en sorte qu'il
Mr.
lui
Gould?
donne une cigarette.
Returns. Say, can you spare a few dollars for the Joe Gould Fund?
I'm afraid I'm a little short.
Fair enough, fair enough.
You want a cigarette?
Yes, I want a cigarette. It's a disgrace that I should have to beg for one.
I'll talk to you.
Sure.
Ok. Étudions un peu ce
I
dîner.
don't think those open. I'm a long way from home.
Effectivement. Et cette porte, du coup.
Locked.
Ok.
Looks like the door to the kitchen. He's on the elderly side, but his eyes look sharp and alert. That's Joe Gould. I recognize him from the portrait in the Minetta.
Et je peux ressortir ou pas, du coup? A priori, oui. Donc, est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose qu'il faut que je ramasse par ici? Non.
Madeline, could I talk to you?
Of course.
Who are the ghosts inside?
Their names are Joseph Mitchell and Joe Gould. Both of them were unwilling spirit guides for the Countess. The echoes of them remained here after they died.
Can't you come inside with me?
I'm afraid I cannot. My bond with the Countess is gone. I cannot enter.
But I can?
You are alive. You are much stronger than I am.
Thanks, Madeline. I'm going to see what I can do.
I will be waiting right here.
Mhm. Comment je peux lui faire lâcher une cigarette?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
how do I...
I wish I
Ça,
knew.
je vais te la demander.
Would you give him a cigarette if I spoke to him for you?
I might. If you can get him away from me, I might. But we can't leave this diner, and the door to that kitchen is locked.
Can't you just float through the wall?
Believe me, I've tried that. It doesn't work.
Thanks for talking.
Thank you,
Ok,
Miss
bon,
Black.
je dois trouver un moyen de l'éloigner. Comment je peux faire
Mr.
ça?
Gould,
She returns. Say, can you...
I'm afraid I'm...
Fair enough.
I'd like to see that essay.
Here you go.
Ah,
I
le
don't think he'll miss that.
Le paperclip. Ok. Smart.
Here you go.
Oh,
Ok. Donc, je vais recommencer ça.
Easy. What's that noise?
Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'on a ici? Pas grand-chose, si ce n'est des fours.
There's nothing in here. That's weird. There's a strange glow coming from inside. There's nothing in here. Hello? Is someone in there?
She comes.
Who are you?
Part of a whole. Left behind. Safe here. Leave me.
Are you the Countess?
Countess, one of my names. Yes. I no longer live, but part of me remains. Leave me.
Ok.
Who are you?
Part of a whole. Left behind. Safe here. Leave me.
I need to take you out of here.
No. Safe here. Warm here. I stay in warm places. Too cold out there.
My hand goes right through it.
No. Too cold. I will survive here in safe fire. Leave me.
Well, see ya. I'm talking to an oven.
a sound idea. I'm sure it made more sense than most people I know. So this is the kitchen. Such a bare and emotionless place. Not even a bottle of ketchup.
Mr. Gould,
She returns. Say, can you spare a few dollars?
I'm afraid I'm a little short.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Does something about that oven look strange to you?
Nothing about my life has ever made sense. Why should an oven be any different?
I'll talk to you later.
Sure, sure, sure. Things to do, people to see, I understand.
Ouais, du coup, maintenant qu'il s'est éloigné, lui doit être content.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
the oven in the kitchen is talking.
Is it now?
This doesn't surprise you.
Miss, look where we are. I stopped being surprised ages ago.
Gould has left the room.
I see. Thank you for that.
Have you reconsidered giving him a cigarette?
I suppose I have been a little hard on the man. Here, I don't smoke anymore anyway. Give him the whole pack.
Thanks for talking, Mr. Mitchell. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Miss Blackwell.
Elle voulait un endroit chaud, donc du coup, je peux peut-être
Joseph
utiliser une
Mitchell wanted
cigarette
you to
pour ça.
have this.
Ah, nice contribution to the Joe Gould Fund.
Est-ce que je peux lui prendre sa cigarette?
Mr. Gould,
She returns. Say, can you spare a...
I'm afraid I'm
Fair enough.
liking your cigarette?
It's delightful. Here, feel free to join me.
Thanks, but I don't smoke.
You might as well keep it. When a man is rich, he can afford to be generous.
I'll talk to you later.
Sure, sure, sure. Things to do, people to see, I understand.
Is this warm enough?
Warmth, safety. The flame will carry me. Thank you.
That sounds ominous.
Ok. J'ai une cigarette en thé.
I can't explain it, but I have the feeling that my time in this place is ending.
I'm breaking the link. It'll all be over soon.
Over. Yes. I can't say that I ever understood any of this, but I do know one thing. Gould was right. We are connected. Every single person on the planet. It's a pattern so complex that we can't even begin to understand it. So don't try to understand it. Gould tried, and he lived a miserable life. Just live, and be happy in living. Anyhow, you best get gone. You got a job to finish.
This place is starting to fade.
That's good, right? Once this place is gone, the link is gone too. The killing will stop.
This means something to you, the killing.
She killed someone right in front of me. I want to stop that from happening again.
Imagine that. Genuine heart. Your predecessor was not graced with such compassion.
Predecessor? Do you mean Lauren? My Auntie Lauren?
We should not stay here. This place will soon cease to be. Come.
It's broken! The bond is broken! I'm free!
Way to go, Red.
My head. I understand everything.
Everything?
I hurt people.
Yes, that was you. But look, whatever happened, it's done. You can't do anything about it now. It's time for you to move on.
No, this should not have happened. He will not kill again.
Hey! It's about time you got back here. What did you guys do?
I did it, Joey. I broke the bond.
Yeah, you broke it all right, and our friend just blew.
She did not enter the white light?
No.
Oh, that is a problem. She has free will and is loose in the world. With the power she has, who knows what damage she can cause?
Great, just great. I don't know who you are, lady, and I don't care. But just leave the spook work to us, okay?
I have little choice in the matter. I am bound to this plane. What happens next is up to you.
Wait!
Let's get out of here.
Whoa. Little dizzy.
Careful, kid, you've never been under for that long.
At least I'm alive.
Yeah, everything's peachy. There's a killer ghost on the loose, and it's our fault.
But we broke the link. She doesn't have to kill anymore.
You want to tell her that?
Who would she want to kill anyway?
I think she's going to kill Charlie Meltzer.
Oh, him. The guy who wants me dead.
Yeah, ironic as all get out. We'll sort it out later. Let's get going.
You
Il
ready
était
to
pas
go?
il était pas
Yeah,
très
sure.
recommandable de toute façon.
The door's open. This can't be good.
Oh no.
Ah,
We're
il
too
a l'air
late.
surpris.
You stay back.
Paul, what happened?
Charles, something took him. I've never seen anything like it.
What happened?
The roof. She took him to the roof.
Let's go. There was a stairway down the hall.
Did Charles really kill people?
Yes. I'm sorry.
I didn't know. I swear I didn't know.
Give me one reason why I should spare you.
Please, I'm not a killer. I had no idea you were real.
I am as real as death.
I thought it was just wishful thinking.
And just what are you wishing for now, false guide?
Hey!
Don't interfere. For over 50 years I've been a slave to false guides, but none have been more corrupt and pitiful than this one.
Haven't you killed enough?
I was just a tool. This man is the hand that wielded it. He used it against you. You want to spare his life? I have killed countless innocents and my hands are stained with their blood. If I must kill, let it be one who deserves it. False guide, it is time to reap what you sow.
No, please.
Ah.
Just come with us. Your time is over.
I know more than you can imagine.
Zut. Je vais l'attaquer avec cette cigarette qui brille.
I think I found something of yours.
What? What is that?
It's a part of you, isn't it?
It was torn from me so long ago.
Here, take it.
I cannot. I am not the same person I once was.
Hey, we've all changed, and sometimes we just have to accept it. Now, why don't you take a hold of this and we can finish it?
You are the most guilty of all.
What?
What?
You know what you did.
Hey, get off! What are you talking about?
My death.
That was self-defense.
You must be held accountable.
Now you've done it. You might have had it bad before, but now you're on my turf.
Something is different about you. You're wrong. Everything about you is wrong.
You don't know the half of it.
Ah. Qu'est-ce que je suis
Don't
censé
think you
faire?
want that. Holding Joey's tight.
D'accord, je peux me battre contre la comtesse. Non, c'est pas bon.
I can't touch her. She's... Think, Rosa, think. There's gotta be something you can do.
Ah, d'accord.
Gotcha. Joey, not working.
Of course it's not. She's too strong for you. What do you think you're doing?
Trying to save your butt. I'm doing...
Mince. Zut. C'est en temps limité. Zut. Donc il faut que j'attende qu'elle fasse ce mouvement de bras. Maintenant.
Gotcha again.
Back off, kid.
I don't think he'd... I'm doing
Ah, mais c'est galère. Qu'est-ce que je suis censé faire avec ça? C'est trop tard.
Get off!
Get away, Red. She's too strong for you.
Ah, je dois prendre Joey peut-être.
Get away from her.
Ah, ok.
No, that's not what I meant to happen. Wake up, Red. Damn it, wake up.
This place. The light. I remember.
Just head towards it.
I went through once, and I was dragged back. It hurt. It hurt so much.
The link brought you back, but it's gone now. You understand? You're free. You don't have to hurt anyone anymore.
My mind is so broken. But here, everything is so clear. That man, Meltzer, he lives?
Yes, we stopped you before you could kill him.
Is that justice? I wonder. He is a murderer. He will find ways to kill again. But you are right. It is no longer my concern.
What do you mean?
Live your life. Help the lost spirits of the world. Let nothing deter you. This work is more important than you will ever know. Goodbye, and good luck.
Wake up, will ya? Wake up! I'm not spending 20 years over another hospital bed. I'm not. Get up or I'll kill you, you hear? Thank God. You okay?
Fine. She's gone.
Gone? You sure?
Yeah, she went through the light. She's gone.
Good. Then I just got one question for you. What the hell were you thinking? I thought you were... Never mind what I thought. That was really stupid.
Yeah, stupid. I only saved your life.
I don't have a life to save. You only risked your own.
Joey, I'm soaking wet. And Charles needs an ambulance. If I'm getting a lecture, I'll listen to it at home.
This isn't over. No, this is crazy.
It's the only way.
Why change what isn't broken?
But it is. We can't keep blundering around like we have.
We stopped a killer ghost today. I wouldn't call that blundering.
It was pure luck. We just happened to run into her while doing something else.
So?
So think of what we could accomplish if people knew about us. People should seek us out, not the other way around.
What do you want to do? Put up a billboard in Times Square?
No. We've got a special place nowadays. A place where you can talk about all sorts of crazy things and it's accepted as normal.
What's that?
The internet.
What, that computer box? No way.
Look, I've trusted you so far, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Then trust me. Just this once.
If we end up in a padded room, I'm going to make your life a living hell. You know that.
Sure. Come on, pull up a chair. I'll show you what I have in mind.
Ah, c'est la fin. Ben, c'était super bien. Ils ont vachement amélioré le truc par rapport au premier et au deuxième. Déjà, j'ai pas eu besoin de solution sur celui-là. Il n'y a pas eu de trucs tordus ou trop tordus. Ça, c'est bien. Ils ont réussi à faire quelque chose d'assez logique. Et non, après, c'était très cool. Les ambiances. Alors, jusqu'à présent, la musique était très bien. Là, c'est un peu kitschouné. Mais sinon, ouais, très bonnes ambiances, des graphismes intéressants. Donc, c'est pas mal, une belle amélioration. Du coup, je pense que je vais peut-être commencer le suivant, du coup, là, qu'il est tôt. Alors, le suivant, c'est Blackwell Deception. Alors, The Blackwell Deception. Du coup, qui est sorti en 2011, ouais, c'est ça. Donc, quasiment 3 ans après celui-là. Ouais, 3 ans après celui-là. Je pense d'ailleurs que celui-ci, le troisième, était supposé finir la série, mais qu'ils ont pensé en refaire d'autres, quoi. Oui, Blackwell Déception, il est sorti en 2011, mais une version mise à jour en 2013. Hein. Ok. Un style un petit peu plus réaliste au niveau graphisme, d'accord. Je me rappelle plus non plus du 4. Hein. Je me rappelle un peu du 5, mais pas trop du 4. J'ai joué combien de temps? À peu près 4 heures, 3h30, 3h30, 4 heures. Donc ouais, la durée un peu des autres. Hein. On est à peu près sur le même type de durée. Master Criminal into Google to access features. Ah bah tiens, je suis super curieux. Effectivement, Master Criminal. Est-ce que je peux du coup... Ah.
The link is gone, but I still remain. How long have I been here, trapped between worlds? The others could not help me. Perhaps this new one will. She is just beginning to come into her power. I just hope she is strong enough when the time comes.
Ah, avec une petite scène de fin. Ok, le jeu se ferme directement. Alors, je suis curieux de voir ce Master Criminal, du coup, qu'est-ce que ça donne. Alors, c'était The Blackwell Convergence. Je vais juste le relancer. Et essayer de voir ce que ça nous fait. Master Criminal. Donc, on va charger une vieille save. Ah non, mais je suis pas à l'appartement dans cette vieille save, en fait. Ah, mais du coup... Ah, voilà, ça c'est pas mal, cet autosave. La dernière autosave qu'a fait le jeu.
Damn it, it's not working. All this ghost activity must have shorted out something.
Oh non. Ah, dommage. Bon. Écoutez, on ne saura pas du coup ce que Master Criminal aurait pu faire en cherchant sur l'ordi, mais ce n'est pas bien grave. Puisqu'on va passer au jeu suivant, donc Blackwell Déception. Alors, il va falloir que je règle encore un petit peu les choses. Je vais déjà démarrer le jeu.